So for those that subscribe, y'all actually know I hate to use the term black, right? Because I don't like to go by colors and shades. But for algorithm purposes, I'm just use the term black, right? Um, if the algorithm still knows I'm alive, right? YouTube, hopefully someone from the YouTube team, yeah, I'm still here. But listen, what it feels like to be so-called black in America right now. Woo, we gonna dive into it. What made me make this video was I just be thinking, and I feel like there's gonna be a time where in the future where all of us, um, our descendants, they're gonna be looking like it's gonna be like these videos are gonna be like it's gonna be like a library, and they're gonna be looking. They're gonna want to know like, okay, what was it like when this was going on, when that was going on. So this right here could be a hidden gem for somebody that in the future, right? That's how I'm looking at it. So whether you're Polish American, whether you're Irish American, whether you're Italian American, no matter what you are, I would actually recommend you recommend doing a video similar because right now it's kind of like the movie Back to the Future. You know, when we go study the past, we're going back to the future. The only difference is, you know, we don't just have, like I said, books now. We got videos that we can, you know, you see how those videos that go viral that are from super old and people can like bring it to life. It's because we all want to know what it was like. We want to feel what it was like. So these videos that we're doing now are gonna be gems. I could just feel it. So, anyways, with everything going on right now, obviously you got Trump in office. You got the Trump administration moving a lot of things around. Um, a lot of ooh, this great divide is on a whole nother level right now. Because you got a lot of people that feel like they're happy that immigrants are leaving. Which I listen, I have no problem with criminals getting out. You know, if you're a criminal and you're not from here, or I have no like, yeah, it is what it is. But it's like to see so many people also turn on like all the Mexicans, let's say that was fixing their houses, fixing their roofs for cheap, for dirt cheap. You know, I remember living in the Bronx and going to the pizzeria and you know, it's the Mexicans really running it. Sometimes you'll see the owner in there helping out, but it'd be like they all running it. They're doing all the hard work. They're doing all the nasty jobs that you know that the average Americans just didn't want to do. Um, so it's like to see and it's like you got a lot of Americans that are like, oh, you know, well, it's time for us to start doing the work again. Okay, but it's still messed up to me to see so many people that had these Mexicans working for them, keeping their houses in order, just completely turn on them, you know, and just like that's kind of crazy to me. But as far as being a so-called Black American, it's wild because you know, obviously you hearing stuff about Black history, like something about what was it, the air something in the Air Force that got taken out. But personally, me, I never really was in the Black History Month because every day is the culture. Like you can't just give me a month and say, oh, this is every day is the culture. So but as far as taking certain things out, um you can't erase certain things like it's already in stone. um it's just certain things that you can't, no matter what, it's just gonna make the people rebel more, you know, because then they gonna start, it's like, you know how you got a teenager and they get to a certain age and they start rebelling when they feel like they can't do something. I feel like that's what's going to end up happening more and more with Americans, because it's like the more you take away and the more you say, you know what, you can't do this, you can't do that, you got. I feel like that's just going to lead to a big rebellion, a big revolution in a sense. Um, you know, but being a so-called Black American, it's hard. It's rough because you know you can't really tell how people are looking at you. You know, When I go to the grocery store and I see somebody looking at me a certain way, I can't tell if it's because they're looking at me and thinking, oh, he's one of those Black Lives Matter, or maybe they're looking at me because they're thinking, maybe it's because they're old and something's wrong. Maybe they're hurting. Like, you can't really tell how people are, how people are thinking. Seeing people online that you think are your friends or were your friends saying racial stuff all of a sudden. It'll be very disappointing. It'll be very disappointing because it's like, it'll make you feel like, damn, is there going to be an attack on my, you know what I'm saying? Are we going to go back to the Jim Crow era? That's how it starts to feel after a while, because you're like, damn, this how people be feeling? This how I felt all along? Like, with certain people, it's like, why would you get online and say that? Why would you get online and say something so low vibrational? So it's like you've been so every time you give me a handshake or you come around us, it's like we're it's just weird. A lot of weird energy. That's what it feels like right now. Just weird energy. It feels like we're all being pushed into like the Alfred Wives, if you ever seen that movie, where it's like you got all these, so-called white Americans who feel like, yes, we're getting back to, that how it's supposed to be, but I feel like everybody getting played and just don't realize it yet. And you do got a lot of so-called white individuals that's thinking, that's using their brain, and I salute that. It's just a very revealing time all around. You got a lot of so-called black individuals that's like, hey, yeah, I love Trump and I love this and I love that. And that's cool. That's their opinion. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. I personally don't subscribe to too much politics like that or any political party. I just live my life treating people how, literally, as corny as this may sound, treating people how I want to be treated. I don't walk around with an ego, with my chest out, and thinking I'm better than people. I do my best to just be humble and respect people no matter who you are. But do I feel racism? Of course, 100%. Then you got people who look like you, who you gotta watch out for, because they be so brainwashed from the music, from the music, that they don't realize that they instead of looking at someone who's in a similar struggle as them as a reflection, they look at them as an enemy. So it almost becomes like you got the black KKK out here, pretty much. You sometimes you say hi and they'll look at you like, why are you saying hi to me? It's real wicked out here. It's real wicked, and it feels like everything, like the tables have been turned back to Jim Crow days. It's a lot of fear right now, which my message to the American people, no matter your color, no matter what your gender, don't be scared. Don't be scared. Uh, don't let nothing feed off of you. Don't be scared. Don't live in fear. Keep that, keep that head high, and keep that spirit strong. That's super important. But it's very disappointing because it's like, remember I told y'all all those so-called black Americans that, they're biggest consumers in America. And even now I'm seeing so much people, oh, February 8th, I'm going to go get the Jordan 5s. And it's like, that's the mentality right now. Instead of buying land and, and getting situated, and people going to go and buy sneakers. It just doesn't, a lot of things don't make sense. Don't make sense at all. And but it's like you want to go buy sneakers, but then y'all want to throw shade at all those Mexicans that was out here doing all the hard work. All the hard work people ain't want to do. That they be like, oh, just get the Mexicans. Go to Home Depot. Go get a Mexican. So now y'all ready to rag them. Y'all happy. Oh, get them out of here. Clean the country up. Black and so-called black and white people. But y'all going to spend y'all money on Jordans. But then y'all gonna cry when certain things get cut off. You know, the people that are on Section 8s and, you know, this and that and the third and all these benefits that's, you know, getting frozen and cut off, you're gonna cry. But y'all still taking out checks and mentally y'all worried about Jordans. That's what I'm saying. Certain things blow my mind to the point where I realize, like, I must be some type of old soul. See, when you look at the 1930s, the so-called Black American, we was majority, we was farmers, farming. You know, we was getting our hands dirty. We was out there. That we wasn't in the cities like that. We was farming, and now it's reverse. It's reverse. It's crazy. See, I've done my research for years, so I know what's what. Whether it's reading books or just talking to elders. This one of my clients, she's Italian, and she tells me how back in the day, there was a lot of prejudice views, like based on religion, like Protestants didn't like Catholics, like, to even have marriages and be different religions was like, that was really bad, that was horrible. So it feels like a clock kind of turning backwards in a sense. um People's way of thinking, a lot of people's true colors coming out to the point where you got to be a little more careful. And it makes you think that after all this is done with, the Mexican, the illegal immigrants, like I said, criminals, whatever. But like, it seems like after all that's done, it's like, what's next? What's next? What's next? That's how I feel. That's how I feel. You know, to see, because I get a lot of looks out there. I get a lot of good people too. Shout out to the good people. I see a lot of good people out there. Hey, I like your hair. I got really long hair. Hey, oh, thank you. But then there's certain ones where I'm just like, whoa, you're looking at me a certain type of way, and it feels weird. Feels weird, you know. So if this video was, let's say, some kid in 2042, random, but 2042 were to see this video, let's say they're doing a school project, and this video might really help them out. Might really help them out. Okay, I got it. All right, this is how it was. Man, this is a jewel. This is a gem. This is how it was in 2025. After the inauguration, this is how a black, what they call a Black American felt at the time. This was what the energy was like. And the energy is tense. It's hectic. It feels like a big divide, but at the same time, I'm seeing a lot of unity. I'm seeing a lot of unity at the same time within all this. That's what it's doing. It's like kind of it's pushing the good people together. The people with big hearts. It's making them say, you know what? We need each other. I support you. I support you. I support you. Let's come together. The good people, the solid people who aren't just living in their head and just have all these prejudiced views, like the good solid people are coming together. I am seeing that a lot online, for sure. And that definitely give people hope. Because people know the past. People know history. Well, a lot of people do. There's still a lot of people that don't. But a lot of people know history. And it's giving civil war vibes out here, yeah. I'm not even gonna lie to you. It's you know you hearing so much, like literally every hour. You don't know what's gonna happen next. Utter chaos. Um, the planet needs this though. Americans need this because, like I said, it's pushing a lot of people to come together, and sometimes the only way we can come together is through chaotic events, and that's man evolves through chaos, you know. It teaches us a big lesson. It's making me look at things differently. It's making me realize, this person across the street who may have never talked, but you're actually a good person. It makes you, when you see how people stand on business, the good people, it makes you respect them more. It makes you appreciate and cherish community more. And I feel like that's going to be the true golden age, is people are going to realize, be grateful for each other and realize just how much they need each other, regardless of race, regardless of, because at the end of the day, it's so much in this world we don't know about. It's so much that's been hidden from us, that where you even speak a little bit about certain things that may seem, let's say, paranormal or extraterrestrial. Yet while nowadays, to speak about extraterrestrial stuff is a lot more accepted. But if you speak something still like paranormal, you're judged, you're looked at as crazy, you're looked at a certain way. But I just feel like so much truths are going to be revealed, and we're all going to be looking beyond skin color. I feel like we all. I feel like this great divide, is going to lead to a big golden age. I'm not saying it's going to be overnight. That's not what I'm saying. But we definitely, it's year of the snake, the collective shed transformation. A number 9, which 9 represented completion. You just ended something. You just came to the completion of something. So we're completing a cycle. We're completing a certain age, and that's why this year is already popping off so crazy, because we're going into a whole new cycle in the world, guys. We've been on a horizon. We've been for a while, but we here, y'all. We here. So overall, what it feels like to really come to conclusion, it feels tense. It feels like you got to watch your back more. You don't know what a lot of people are thinking out there. It feels um, like you just got to be more careful. Because the con to Year of the Snake is it brings out what people would call a snake. So you gotta watch. It feels like you gotta watch your back just a little more, because there's a lot of people out here that are actually racist, that actually they look at this a whole nother way, and it just feels like you just gotta kind of just watch out just a little more, because the things are thick right now, intense, and you just don't know what's going on. You don't know. So with that being said, man, hope y'all enjoyed this video. Hope it gives understand more of an understanding to people who may be from out the country of what's going on right now. They say there's a lot of countries protesting for America right now that's being censored. If you're from another country and see this video, let me know if that's true. It's wild. We seeing what's it called? DeepSeek just came out, and like from Asia, new AI just came out. I mean, it's a lot. I'm telling y'all, it's gonna be like 10 years in one, y'all. It's gonna be like 10 years in one. But for those of all complexions, all shades, all races, all gender, even though there's 2 genders, but genders and whatever, I got love for you. If you're a good person, good character, I don't care. I don't care about all that extra stuff on the physical. If you got a good character, I appreciate you. I appreciate your existence. If you come across this video, it's not for no reason. It's deeper than so-called black, so-called white, so-called Hispanic. It's deeper than all that. It really is. Look at the soul. Look at people's souls, right? Look at people. I feel like when you got a certain love in your heart, and your vibration gets to a certain level, it's just certain things you can't be. It's just, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't attach yourself to certain things, like a racist. Like everybody got I feel like it's prejudice to an extent, because we're all indoctrinated. We're all, I'm this, I'm that, from babies, and we're taught to think a certain way. But when you really do the work, and you shed your skin over and over, and you face your shadow, like, it's just certain things, like you see people more of a reflection. You start to have more. You have a bigger heart, So you don't really look at it like, oh, just because you're this, like, you need to go, or you see things a little differently. You feel a little more. You may not like you may pick up that trash you see on the ground just because you care about the earth a little more. And if you're one of them people, then this video came across you for a reason. There's a lot of people that don't care. There's a lot of people that they'll go and dump a whole garbage can into the ocean and won't even won't care at all. They'll go throw trash all over the place and won't care at all. You know? I feel guilty if I don't throw something away to right now. I'll feel guilty. You don't even want to kill an animal at that. You know what I'm saying? You don't even want to. You just get to a certain point. You get to a certain point. Now I don't got nothing against people who at the end of the day, it's like, if you out there, I know it's a lot of hunters out there, go and they hunt and they eat, and it's like, if you living off grid, then you doing what you got to do off grid. It was it's just all about respecting your environment. And a lot of native tribes, and I didn't even get to that. It's a lot going on with them right now too. But a lot of native tribes, before, when they would hunt, they would do ceremonies, and thank that animal, for blessing them with the energy, when they would wear those bear coats and stuff. So it was a certain respect that's been lost in the lands of America. It's just about having respect. Have respect for everything you do. I don't care what it is. Just always come with respect. Like I stated in another video, I don't even like, if I go to the beach, I don't even like to take a seashell from the beach, because I feel like, why am I taking? Why am I, why, like, this ego of we always need to take something that don't really belong to us. Like, let me take it and put it in my environment. Take it away from its natural habitat and put it in my environment. Like, you get what I'm saying? It's just, like, why do we always think we can just do things like that all the time? Like, what's so hard about saying, this is beautiful, just let this be just like this, and I come as a visitor, because the earth is our turf. We should be able to go. We shouldn't have to have passports to be able to go to London, to France, to Africa, to Australia, to the Philippines, to South America. And maybe there's going to be a day where someone's going to see this video and it's going to be a world like that. And they're going to be like, wow. they're going to be more grateful, because they're going to be like, whoa, it was like that. They needed passports. How crazy would that be, right? We shouldn't. We should be able to be, as humans, like, this whole planet is the mother. This whole, everybody always like, oh, I'm from the motherland over here, or everybody feels like their home turf is the motherland, and it's because it is. The whole planet is the motherland. The whole planet is the motherland. We should all be making it easier for each other. Everybody, instead of always feeling like we want to conquer or do something because we can. Go take a seashell and, let me just take that off the beach. And I'm not demonizing people for doing that. It's just an example, guys. But, or just go somewhere and, let me take this. Because I can. Because I can. Just take it out of its natural habitat. And I feel like a lot of things are happening in America right now because people feel like they can. Simple. It's not because, it's just a pride and ego thing. This world is our world. We're visitors, actually, on this planet, but we should all be able to share cultures and be learning from the planet together, traveling together, looking after each other together. But humans have not risen that far yet. They haven't. They're still on a very low vibration, as we're seeing now. So I'm gonna wrap this video up. Much love to everybody who watched this video, and hopefully you got something from this. I'll see y'all soon.